everyone. Mary McIntosh here. We're doing my first interview outdoors, socially distanced. We started with our masks, but now we're far enough apart and we're outside. So we're going to take a chance to talk to each other, hoping that we get more views this way. So I'm here with Tracy, and now I'm going to forget Tracy Mazuer, who has a business called Trees Have Feelings, right?
Yep.
And tell us a little bit about who you are, first of all, Tracy, and then a little bit about your business.
I am a brand new transplant. My husband and I just moved to Bellingham right when COVID hit, right when everything closed down. But we have always dreamt of living in the Pacific Northwest. We just moved we're from Los Angeles, but we moved via Phoenix up here, and I am a 30-year veteran of the entertainment industry as a television producer, executive producer, also known as a showrunner, who has transitioned to being an artist. And so now I spend 100% of my time drawing trees. So we wanted to be where there are lots of trees. And here we sit next to my favorite tree.
Yes, we are. We're in Elizabeth Park here, which is on this absolutely gorgeous day, which I couldn't be more thrilled about for this place to meet, because it has the most gorgeous trees. And you mentioned that this tree right behind us is your favorite tree. You want to tell us why?
It is because here's this tree here. Trees for me have feelings, obviously, that's the name of my company, but really what it is that these trees, they have a language all of their own. And now that I've been able to be out of the craziness of the entertainment industry, that I can actually stop and really appreciate like all of these trees that are around me at all times up here. But like this tree here, I don't even know what kind of a tree it is, but the shape and the form that it takes is so expressive, and that's where I get my inspiration. Those are the types of things that move me in my art. And so when I come to Elizabeth Park probably 3 or 4 times a week, and I see something new every time I come here.
I do too. This is probably one of my favorite parks in all of Bellingham, so you're lucky that you live close by. So tell us about your work. Why don't you show us what you have here and give us a little bit about what you do and why. And
so the backstory is really kind of crazy, because while I'm a professional writer and while I've been a professional writer for 30 plus years, I never knew that I had an ability to draw. And it wasn't until things on my last TV show, got really dark, with icky people and just stuff that went on that was maddening. And it was a TV show that was done within a corporate structure, with a big corporation. And so there were just a lot of things that even as an executive producer I didn't have control over, and it was maddening and just really made me feel icky. And I found myself one day, I like to doodle, so I had a big bucket of the flare markers. And the flare markers, I just started doodling because I was just so frustrated. And from all these doodles, and I'd color in, and I could think at the same time. I could still produce a television show while doing this because I could focus my brain. And trees emerged from the doodles that have now translated into a full 150 plus trees, that then I can't really explain it because I don't understand it, but the names emerged for them, and then they invoked stories from me. And sometimes the stories come at 2 in the morning when I'm sound asleep, and they come, and I wake up and I type it into my iPhone, and I go back to bed and wake up and go, oh my God, I would never have remembered that story, but it's for this tree. So as an example, this is this is Emma Blue. This was a commissioned piece. A woman called me. She's a mom of a 20-year-old and wanted a tree that represented her daughter. And I do a pre-interview like we do in television. We pre-interview our guests, our cast members, whatever that may be. We do lengthy pre-interviews to get to know them. So that's the structure that I only understand, is that I need to know you. I need to connect to you and understand what the sentiment is that you're trying to convey. And so her daughter's name was Emma, and this became Emma Blue. And she had explained to me that her daughter is just wickedly strong and it can overcome anything and will get through anything. And so her story became firmly rooted through the tempest, her heartbeat shining through, clouds encircle her like angels, for this is Emma Blue. And the story just happens.
I love that.
It's the weirdest, craziest thing, and I'm so used to producing everything and controlling everything and working with that through that lens, and this is the complete opposite. I can't control it. If I sit down and try to draw a tree, it won't work. It has to be a different space that I'm in, as many will say, the flow. But I'm just learning that, because this is relatively new to me. This one, for example, this is Ava LaRue, not to be confused with Cherry Moon. Ava LaRue blushed when she was in love, and lately she'd been blushing quite a bit. And I did this for Valentine's Day.
Oh.
And so we started learning. I work with my husband. We have the two of us. He closed his gym. He was a gym owner in Los Angeles.
Wow.
Closed that, moved to Phoenix. When I finished my show, I got fired, which is a great story, by the way, that's on my website, about getting fired. It's awesome. It was the best thing in the world, and it's why we're here. And so now my husband is now in charge of all logistics and budgets and all of those types of management things. We have a marketing director who obviously does the marketing, and I get to do what I do best, and that is connect to people. That's how I met you, because
Right.
I get to Bellingham, I want to get on the Facebook groups, I want to meet people. We're in COVID, I can't meet anybody. We don't have any friends up here, no family. Our son is in Seattle, thank God, but we don't have any friends up here. And so I got to start meeting people through the Facebook group. And how cool was that?
Super cool.
Just to have connection. But that's what the whole company really is about. How can I connect to one person, and how can that connection to that person then spread to people they care about, people they love. And the trees have a language of their own. The poetry, the story, I call them micro stories, because they're all really short, but
Yes.
they convey a lot.
They do. They
convey a lot.
And I love that the trees have stories, because trees do have stories. You can tell when they've survived a fire, or if they've survived, had to deal with really strong winds, because they grow differently, just like we do. We change when we go through things, and we become different people, just like the trees. But you can see it on the trees, which I think is really, it's great. I love that.
And I think, so much of my inspiration has always come just creatively as a writer through the Shel Silversteins,
Oh, yes.
Of the world, and the Roald Dahls, and that type of storytelling, and
My favorites.
and conveying real feelings. And I think that so many of us, it's why we have always bought greeting cards. It's like it says something that we couldn't articulate.
Right.
And now I'm seeing through all of my connection, and I do a very personal one-on-one connection with anybody who's buying trees or has a story that they want to convey to a loved one, for whatever it is, whether it's, I've had a family with autism. I've had several families with autism have asked for trees that can somehow conceptualize and share that emotion within their own family. And those types of things
That's wonderful.
are everything.
Yes.
And so now I get, instead of reaching people through a television show, whether it's good, bad, or really bad, that now I actually get to reach people in a really an organic, pure, thoughtful way.
I love that.
That makes me
love
happy.
that. So what if somebody, and you know, as you're describing that, I was thinking, oh, my daughter, because I have a 21-year-old daughter who is just one of my heroes. And you think of all the wonderful things that you could possibly want a tree to convey love with. How do people reach you?
Through my website, which is treeshavefeelings.com. All of my social handles are all treeshavefeelings.com. So for commissions and things like that, it's literally send me an email, which is all right there. We talk. If it's just you need help picking out a print, something that might match your mother-in-law or your sister or whatever. I had one person just buy, it was so awesome because everybody's stuck in COVID. She has 4 sisters and she found one tree that matched each sister's personality. And it was fascinating to me, and it made me so happy that, and they were completely different trees. Some are naughty trees. Some are really, just sentimental trees. Some are just all about hope. It's like, and she found 4 different ones for each of her sisters to send love. So everything is a personal connection through me to help pick out what you want, if it's framing or whatever. It's like, it comes through me.
So you sell both prints, or you will commission, you will also do a tree completely from scratch?
Yes, absolutely. So right now I just finished a tree for a new baby this is so cool. So it's for a celebrity, and it is for he and his partner, both men, had a baby through surrogate, and their friend commissioned the tree through me to show this whole story. And like, what an awesome thing to be able to translate through a tree and love and connection and the surrogate, the love that came from the surrogate, just all this. And then so that would be a commission for any kind of occasion. And then I probably have right now, and I rotate and I bring in new trees. I think I probably have, like 35, 40 trees on the website right now. And then we also have greeting cards, which we just started a couple of months ago. And because people are using snail mail because we're all lonely.
Yes.
And thank God the mail person still comes. And so we sold out within 2 days on the first round. So we ordered a lot more, and we have one set of trees for greeting cards. So that's our lowest price thing to start getting trees, but they're frameable because the paper is an archival 100% cotton, beautiful, yummy paper. So now they're sending those to frame.
And I also noticed your shirt has a tree.
I do. I have, this is Cherry Moon. We have stopped on apparel right now. We were starting to roll that out. COVID has destroyed the apparel industry, all the supply chains, but we will be launching new, and we're going to introduce like onesies for babies, like little trees for babies. And it's just amazing. It's just amazing that I didn't realize how far a couple of doodles could bring us, but other people are getting joy from it.
Oh, I love that. I love that. That's really wonderful.
Thank you. And it got me to meet you too.
Yes.
Which has been such a godsend here to have the Facebook group and be able to connect to people when...
Well, it does seem that, yes, especially now, it's been a little rough in the group, but it's also been really important to a lot of people in there because...
It is.
Yes, it is their connection to life here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I learn a lot. I learned so much about Bellingham because we can't go to the stores. We can't really go to the restaurants. We do as much takeout as we can. We order we have our organic delivery. You got it today, yay. And, we try to do what we can to, again, it's about connection and feeling like you're home. It's hard during this time.
Yes.
but
Imagine.
it's been amazing here.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, thank you so much for meeting with me. I really appreciate this, and wonderful meeting you here at the park and
Thank
getting to
you.
see your work. I love it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.